In our Sunrise Smart Start this morning, state police and Genesee County Sheriff's deputies say one person is in custody after a large investigation last night in Stafford near Batavia.
That investigation causing a portion of Route 33 to be closed off after an incident stemming from a traffic stop. The Genesee County Sheriff's Office is expected to release more information later today.
Rochester firefighters responding to a house fire on Glide Street around 2:30 this morning. They say a neighbor saw smoke coming from that home and alerted the family to get out. 4 adults and 2 children were able to escape. No injuries reported. That house has smoke and water damage. The Red Cross is helping the family. The cause of that fire, meanwhile, is under investigation.
An investigation continues after 2 people were killed and 2 others injured after a shooting in Rochester. This was over the weekend. Police responding to Driving Park Avenue around 2 o'clock in the morning Sunday. Officers say about 100 people were at a party when shots were fired. Rochester police say one man in his 30s was pronounced dead at the scene. Another man in his 20s was taken to the hospital and later pronounced dead. Another man in his 30s is in critical condition. Officials say no witnesses have come forward. No suspects are in custody. If you have any information, you're asked to please call 911. The Senate parliamentarian has ruled that Democrats should not include immigration reform in the budget reconciliation package, meaning it's unlikely Democrats can get immigration reform done.
We are joined by Washington correspondent Alexandra Limon this morning, live in D.C. Alexandra, good morning. Let's talk about the traditional infrastructure package hammered out on a bipartisan basis, dealing with roads, bridges, and public transportation. Where do things stand with that?
Well, it's actually going to be interesting to see what happens with that, because it appeared that Congress was on track to pass that traditional immigration package. Democrats in the House had secured, a commitment from House members, House Democrats, to vote in favor of that package. However, it looks like there are some complications now, because Axios, for example, reports that Senator Joe Manchin is asking for the other so-called human infrastructure package to be put on hold and not voted on until next year. And the issue is that some House Democrats had said they would only vote for that traditional infrastructure package if Congress also voted on that other $3.5 trillion so-called human infrastructure package. So if that one is in jeopardy, we will have to wait and watch and see what happens with the traditional infrastructure package to see whether that can in fact get through the U.S. House now.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that. Alexandra, thank you so much. The House did approve separate bills this year, achieving much of that, but the measures have gone nowhere in the Senate because of Republican filibusters.
In other news this morning, 2 pilots were injured after a military plane crash in Lake Worth, Texas. Both pilots in serious condition. Officials say several homes were damaged as well, but no one on the ground was hurt. The cause of the crash is under investigation.
Authorities say a body has been found in Wyoming that matches the description of a missing 22-year-old Gabby Petito. A full forensic confirmation is needed before an official identification can be made. The FBI has notified Petito's family. Petito's fiance is a person of interest in the case after he returned home to Florida after the 2 were on a cross-country road trip, and he said Petito went missing. Police say he is now missing as well. A statewide search is underway in Florida to find him.
Let's turn our attention back to the forecast now with James Gilbert. We mentioned it earlier, a little bit of a chill in the air on this Monday, but a nice warm up on the way.
Yeah, definitely. We've got some 40s. Look at Henrietta and Victor, both sitting at 49 degrees. So you're starting off the morning there. Yeah, it's definitely a bit of a chill on this Monday. Brockport 51, Greece 50 degrees. If you want to not have to use any air conditioning this afternoon, I would suggest going to open your windows now and let some cool air in before we climb with those temperatures, because we've got warmth. 81 I'm going through this afternoon, so it's a toasty to finish off the day, but savor it, because it's one of the last few 80-degree days we've got for the rest of the week. We'll have the bus stop forecast coming up. Mark, later.
All right, James, thank you. Time now to get a look at our sunrise traffic, a live look over the thruway at this hour. And again, as we saw earlier, clear sailing on the thruway this morning. Good news as you head down the thruway. 390, 490, 590, all up to speed as well at last check this morning.
All right, time now to go inside the huddle. A great day for Buffalo Bills fans. The Buffalo Bills picking up their first win of the season in a dominant performance against the Miami Dolphins Sunday. It was a blowout, 35-0. Buffalo forcing 3 turnovers and had 6 sacks on the day. Running backs Devin Singletary and Zach Moss leading the way with 117 yards and 3 TDs. After the game, players said the big win was a team effort.
We're all pros, so we learn how to deal with it, and we have a great quarterback and great guys on the offense that make it easier for us. They're up there, and well, I think that the quarterbacks are the most smartest guys in the building. So when they can just put little hints, all right, guys, this is what we're doing, that's cool, and that's exactly what Josh did.
Way to go, Bills. The Bills back home next week, taking on the Washington football team and hoping for another win this time at home. Now for the latest on COVID-19, state health officials reporting over 5,200 new COVID cases in New York during an update Sunday. Over 2,000 people are in the hospital with the virus across the state, with over 500 in the ICU. The statewide average positivity rate for testing is just under 3%.
New York State now asking anyone with a commercial driver's license to become a school bus driver. Governor Kathy Hochul announcing a statewide plan to increase the number of eligible drivers as many school districts are dealing with a massive shortage. The plan includes more testing and training opportunities for potential drivers as well. Officials say more than 500,000 drivers in the state are already eligible. In our Family First segment on this Monday, experts say college campuses are changing.
They say schools are seeing a drop in the number of male students, and the cost is partly to blame. Experts say about 4 in 10 college students are men. Colleges and universities have lost 1.5 million students over the past 5 years, with men making up 71% of the decline. Ron Lieber, author of The Price You Pay for College, he says men aren't as mentally prepared.
We're spending all this money on college for people who may not be ready, and men, young men, don't come along as quickly as young women do. There can be all sorts of jobs where you can go to find your passion or just rule something out, because if you can figure out something that you don't want to do in the world, that you don't want to study and waste money on later, you've accomplished something very important.
All right, according to the group Common Application, it says women filed 1 million more college applications this year than men.
Time now for a check of the GRE Morning Business Report. According to the Treasury Department, the budget deficit rose to $2.71 trillion. That puts the nation's shortfall on track to be the second largest in history. The Congressional Budget Office is projecting the annual deficit will total $3 trillion this year. That would be an improvement from last year.
More than 1 million people applying for a job at Amazon in one day. The company says its Career Day event last week drew candidates from all 50 states along with overseas job seekers. Amazon says it has received more than 500,000 applications for corporate, tech, and hourly jobs since it announced the hiring event earlier this month.
All right, listen to this. Some states are happier than others. According to a recent Wallet Hub study, Utah is the happiest state in America. Minnesota is second, Hawaii third. New York, you're wondering, where did we land? Number 18. The personal finance site weighed a number of factors, including depression rates, amount of work hours, and adequate sleep. All right, here's what some folks might be talking about at the water cooler this morning. The 73rd Annual Emmy Awards honoring some of the biggest shows on TV. Last night, the award show welcoming back an in-person crowd in L.A. Apple TV's Ted Lasso came into the night with the most nominations with 13 and took home 4 awards. Netflix's The Crown had 11 nominations. Ended up winning Best Series.
Yeah, we've talked about it a lot. There are so many different ways to consume these shows. You know, you've got Netflix, Apple, Hulu, Vudu. It wasn't that way years ago, so it's good to see.
It's almost hard to keep track of all the options out there.
Right.
So many great shows, including News 8 at Sunrise. Maybe one of the best shows.
Where's our Emmy? I can't see it anywhere here in the studio. Where is it?
We'll continue
Just get a pat
to
on the
look.
back.
Right.
And maybe.
There you go. Yeah, and bus stop forecast here. I've got it queued up for you. We've got temperatures starting off around 50 to come home, mostly sunny skies. Look at this. Big jump in temperature. So if your kids need a jacket this morning, make sure they bring it home because it's going to be a warm one. 8-day forecast. We've got it here for you. Last couple days of 80s, both today and tomorrow. And then Wednesday, fall begins. We have a drop in temperatures that coordinates pretty nicely with the beginning of fall, and we'll be tracking rain likely for both Wednesday and Thursday.
It'll finally be okay to have pumpkin spice.
That's your cue right there? That Wednesday?
Yeah. Wait for the season. You don't even...
No, it's irrelevant. It's not even on my radar.
I like to make my own pumpkin spice. You can get the little vials at the grocery store. And
bring it in.
All right,
we got to go. Thank you
will.
for watching News 8.
Our next update coming up in 30 minutes. CBS Mornings is up next. Have a great day.
On RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, Twitter, and on our app for news and weather.